Hey guys, and welcome to Dainty Bite. Today let me show you how to make these amazing scones. The spices, the orange zest will make these scones so special. Let me show you how they're done step by step. Let's get started. The list of ingredients is pretty simple. First things first, I'm gonna heat the oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Now I'm gonna work on the dry ingredients. In a bowl I have 2 cups of all-purpose flour. I add a touch of salt, a half teaspoon of baking soda, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1/3 cup of sugar, and I mix. Next I'm gonna add the spices, and that includes a little bit of cloves. 1/8 of a teaspoon is quite enough because cloves is a strong spice. 1 teaspoon of cinnamon and a touch of nutmeg. The only thing left to do is the orange zest. That's the last thing I add before adding the butter. And at this stage, if you choose, you can add some dried cranberries or toasted pecans to the flour, but I chose not to this time. The next step is to add the butter, and the butter needs to be very cold. I actually placed it in the freezer before grating it with a grater, and that's the best way to incorporate it and the easiest. Working quickly at this stage is very important because I want to keep the butter cold and incorporate it really quickly with the flour. I'm gonna incorporate the butter gently with the flour with my fingertips, and it's okay if there's some pieces or small chunks of butter left. And it's very helpful if you have everything you need for this recipe on the counter. You're gonna get your hands dirty and you want everything to be right there. And don't forget that I leave all the amounts and all the ingredients in the description box below. Now I will add the wet ingredients, and that's 1 egg and a half cup of heavy whipping cream. And the heavy whipping cream should be very cold. I mix with the tip of my fingers, and very lightly I knead the dough just until everything comes together nicely. I try not to overwork it. And I want to mention that you can make this same recipe using 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour and a half cup of whole wheat flour instead of 2 cups of all-purpose flour, and that will give you great results too. All that's left now is to shape the dough. If you need some extra flour, if something is sticking, use a very minimal amount of flour. I'm gonna cut it into triangles, not too big or not too small, just like you're seeing here. And I'm gonna bake at 400 degrees Fahrenheit. The only thing left to do before baking is to add a touch of sparkling sugar on top of each scone, a touch of butter, and a whole pecan. The scones are out of the oven. I can't even begin to describe the smell. They smell amazing, and the coffee is almost ready for me to enjoy with these amazing scones. I hope you give them a try soon. And until next time, bon appetit!